Hey everyone, Marathon Hurdler here with some more Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we finished up our SeeD exam and returned to the town of Alum. So today, what I want to do is start playing the card game for the first time. As I mentioned in the first episode of this Let's Play, the card game is pretty important if you want to power your characters up without doing any grinding, which we won't be doing for the vast majority of this game. So, to start, I'm going to play this person right here. To start a game, you just press the square button, and if they are willing to play cards with you, you'll get a dialog box confirming that you want to play a game. The reason I want to play this person in particular is she is the Queen of Cards, and one, she's important for a side quest that we're going to be doing later, but secondly, she has the ability to change the trading rule in a given region. And so right now she's playing with a difference trading rule. The difference rule is typically 1 in Balam, so this is going to be beneficial for us if we want to increase our card collection pretty quickly. So, let's see. Yeah, actually let's not use that card there. Yeah, so as you can see, we don't really have any good cards right now at all, so it can be pretty tough to win with this initial deck of cards. With the Ifrit card, with the Ifrit card, it makes it far more possible, but it can still be a bit of a challenge. So we'll see what we can do here. So unfortunately, she didn't take the bait there. The idea was she was supposed to take my card, and then I was gonna take it back, and then I was just gonna kind of alternate going back and forth until the end of the game when the Ifrit card when I was gonna throw out the Ifrit card to try to win. Let's see, try to win the game. Now, if I put that there, then she can take both back, and I won't be able to take my card back. So I had to play this here, and then show you that, and then yeah. So as you can see here, I wasn't able to win the game. It can be a bit tricky, just because you really don't have cards that are very good at all. But in general, you should always at least be able to play to a draw, and I'm not really too concerned about winning that game in particular. What I really want to do here is check to see if the difference rule has spread. So I'm going to play this guy right here. Hopefully, if everything worked out, the difference rule will now be used in Balam. And yes, we got exactly what we were looking for there. So now we are ready to try to win our first rare card. It's, as you can tell by my game with the Queen of Cards, it's going to be a little bit challenging with the level of cards I had, but it is possible, and I'll show you. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you how that works. So I'm just going to take a quick break right here, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I actually lied. I don't want to go and try to win that rare card just yet. I thought about it, and I was looking at my notes, and in my test run, I actually won a couple of basic cards before I went ahead and did that, and unfortunately, I played to a draw with the Queen of Cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this guy right here, and hopefully, I can at least illustrate how a game might work and how you could try to win with pretty terrible cards, and from there, then we'll try to win that rare card. But basically what you want to do here is you want to put your card in a position where it can be easily taken. So, like I did right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and take that card back. And we're basically just going to alternate just like this for the majority of the game until the very end, at which point we're going to use our Ifrit card to try to win the game, try to get the game in our favor for good. So, let's see here, if I do that, yeah, I should be good now. There you go. So, again, not perfect, and we certainly want to have better cards in the long run to be able to win consistently, but if you just need to win some cards just to get going, and we could use any weak cards that we can get at the moment, this is one way you could do that. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to play this guy maybe 2 or 3 more times, try to get a couple of slightly better cards, just in case the person who I want to play against plays that rare card right away, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I played him 2 more times, got a couple of cards, nothing particularly great, and I don't know if you necessarily need to do this in order to get the rare card. And in fact, I don't think you don't need to do this. But I just wanted to have a little bit of extra security just in case something goes wrong. Again, probably won't make a difference, but whatever. So yeah, the person that we want to play to get this rare card is Zell's mom, and in order to play her, once you come into Zell's home, you have to exit the screen and then go back. So I figure might as well come over here and show you this. We have a fake issue of Timbermaniac, so adds nothing to the story, but I just thought I'd go ahead and show it off. And with that done, let's see if we can win this rare card from Zell's mom. She has far better cards than the first couple of people we played have, so she can be a little tough to beat, but she seems to be pretty inconsistent with the cards she plays. And what I mean by that is, once in a while you'll see her play. Once in a while she'll play the rare card you want right away, and then but once in a while she'll play the rare card that you want like right away, and then she'll play really good cards with it. But a lot of times you'll get lucky and she'll play some weaker cards that, like here, she's playing cards that are okay, but not great. And so we can reasonably win this, and once you do this, once you beat her, then you start getting some pretty decent cards, which make getting the rare card much easier. So with that said, let's go ahead and focus here so I don't screw this up. Should be pretty straightforward from here. Yeah, I think we got this. Yeah, wasn't a dominating game, but we won. So we get a couple, as you can see here, we're going to get a couple of, well, actually, do I want that? I don't, let's see. Actually, I might want, no, I don't want to get copies. Let's just get the best cards we can get our hands on. So, as you can see, it is possible. She's not playing very good cards, but even with weaker cards, I probably could have won that game. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take another pause break, and then when she's playing the rare card that I want, I will jump back in. Okay, so she's playing the Zell card in the next hand. Alright, so this is going to be a little challenging, but let's see if we can make this work. Okay, she can take it back, but then she won't be able to take the Zell card back, so maybe I can get this to work. Let's see here. If I play this here, maybe she goes after, alright, and then I play that there. I think I might have won this. I should have won this. Yeah, she can't take me back. She can't. Alright. Yeah, there you go. So, pretty straightforward. It helped that I had a couple of extra cards with me, but I've been able to do that before when I just got really lucky with even weaker cards. It really just depends on the cards she plays with the Zell card. In this case, she happened to play pretty weak cards, so I got pretty lucky there. But sometimes she'll play that with nothing but level 5 monster cards, and there's just really nothing you can do if she does that, unless you have other cards that are comparable. You don't need to do this now. You can actually wait until you're going to have multiple attempts, multiple chances just by playing the storyline to do this. But I figure since I was here, might as well do that now and show off the card game a little, because what I'm probably going to do moving forward is I'm just not going to show all the 20 attempts it takes me to get a rare card. I'm just going to say, hey, if this is the person you want to play, I'll skip ahead to the game where I actually get the rare card and then go from there. So now what we want to do, having accomplished all that, is we want to head on over, or head back to Balam Garden. And as I mentioned before, I think I mentioned this before, if you stay on the road, you will avoid any enemy encounters, which we want to do right now simply because we're not in a position, we're not quite at the point where we really want to start doing any AP grinding. That time will come soon, but for now we just want to avoid as many enemy encounters as possible. Now that we're back, I guess we're going to split back up because the exam's over. Yeah, we're done and there's nothing to do. Just like Cell is saying, there's nothing to do but wait for the test results. So, yep, we're back on our own and Selfie is waving at nothing. Makes sense, I guess. Sounds about right for her. Yeah, oh, there's a cure drop point again. It's recharged, so might as well grab a couple cure spells while I'm running by. But yeah, at this point, there's really not much to do. So, I guess we're just gonna head back to the central hub or head back to our room, and I don't know how they're gonna call us back to tell us about the exam results, but I guess they'll explain that when the time comes. Now, one thing I should point out is this guy right here, if you're someone who just wants to get some practice playing cards and wants to get some good cards, this guy right here is actually a good guy to play because he has all of the monster cards from level 1 through 5. And before I move on, I should go ahead and explain what I mean by that. So if I go to my card menu here, you can see that there are different levels of cards. And so yeah, that guy right back there had all the way up through level 5. As you can see, Ifrit is a level 8 card, and Zell is a level 10 card, which is the highest level. And that guy has level 1 through 5, and what makes him useful is that he is right beside a save point. So, in general, now isn't one of those times because we can't access the save point, but in general, he's a good guy to play because you can just save right beside that point and play the card game to your heart's desire. But yeah, everyone's back safely. I mean, it was close. You guys try to take off without me and leave me to that giant mechanical spider, but besides that, yeah, everything went well, and it probably would have been good if we would have known that they were after the communication tower. Though I must say, if all you wanted was to repair a communication tower or get it up and running, you would have thought that there would have been a better way of doing that besides inciting massive violence and starting basically a war. Yeah. Oh, that's a very cynical take to have. I mean, you're just willing to throw away human lives for the almighty dollar? Well, I guess if we're mercenaries, that's how it goes, but still kind of depressing. Yeah, I guess I have to say it feels good, otherwise I might not pass the SeeD exam. For all I know, this is part of the exam. Anyway, before we move on, one thing we want to do is we want to play cards against this guy right here. He has another rare card that we need, and and this card is actually important. If you don't want to get the Zell card for whatever reason, if you just hate the card game or something, you don't need to. It's not important in terms of the story, or not the story. It's not important in terms of any side quests or for modifying, but this card is. So I'm going to take a quick break, and when I get him to play the card, I will come back. Alright, he's playing it on the first hand. I'm getting pretty lucky with that today. So I think he can take most of the cards that I put down. Typically I'd want to put the Tomberry card in the upper left, but I won't be able to do that here. I guess I'll put the Zell card up there. Yeah, and he'll be stupid and put the Mini-Mog in the upper left. And we basically got this game won. Easy enough. For some reason, and I don't know why this is, there seems to be two different types of players in this game. There are your skilled players, as I like to call them, and your unskilled players. And what I mean by that is this. Your unskilled players, you can tell a player is unskilled if they go through their cards really quickly. Obviously, the CPU decides well in advance like what move it's going to make, but you know, for some reason they want to make it seem like a player is thinking hard or not thinking hard, but if they're skimming through the cards pretty fast, that means they're not a skilled player. And for the most part, those players always play their first card in the upper left, unless you go first and you put your card in the upper left, or you put your card in a position where it can be taken by someone else's card, by their card. In that case, they'll always take your card, or they'll put the card right beside yours if it's in the upper left. But as you saw there, I was basically able to manipulate that and put myself in a position where I could take his mini-mark card right away, and there was nothing he could do about it. So it's pretty, most of the card players are like that, and it's always great when that happens, because it's, once you start getting good cards, it becomes really easy to win games. And now, I guess Cypher's trying to convince us that we would have been heroes enough for that withdrawal order. I don't know, I feel like we just instigated more trouble. If we would have just let them take the communication tower, it wouldn't have been a problem. I don't know, be very aspiring. You can't even put on the school uniform to take an exam. That's just, hey, she may be mediocre, but at least she puts on her uniform. Exactly. Exactly. This guy has no school spirit whatsoever. I don't know, Cypher. I think you have to pass, exactly. You have to pass the exam before your 20th attempt, before you can really be called, or before anyone is going to consider you a captain of anything. So I don't know. I'd agree with Sue on that one. You got to do a little better, Cypher, before you want to become a captain. And it looks like Headmaster SeeD's going to come in here and give him a pretty nasty talking to. Get him, SeeD. Get him. Yeah. Discipline. Exactly, or people die. Wait, what? That's not as hardcore as I was hoping. Wait. It's almost as if you're sympathizing with them. Don't encourage this bad behavior. See, I'm starting to realize what the problem here is. Headmaster SeeD is just an enabler. I want to know what these issues are. Yeah. Well, anyway, we talked to Cypher. He has nothing to say. This guy, yeah, he just kind of being a jerk. Apparently, they aren't afraid to let people die if they don't pay us enough. Again, I guess that makes sense for a mercenary, but it just seems kind of extreme. Oh, that was fast. I don't even grade my exams that fast. When I get my exams, I just kind of stare at them for a little bit and then think about grading, and a couple of days later I finally get around to it. But these guys, I mean, you would think that this would be a hard exam to judge, but they just get right to it. I'm impressed. I must say, I'm impressed by their efficiency. Though I suppose I would expect nothing less of a military school. But yeah, we got Zell here, and he's just pacing around. Apparently they're going to call us out one at a time to be as agonizing as possible. And yeah, Fusion can be pretty scary. What does she have to say? Yep, that's pretty scary. Now this person back here, is it just me, or does that person look kind of like Selfie? I don't know. That person looks a lot like Selfie, but I guess it's not. I guess this guy is heart's beating really hard or something. I don't know exactly what you have to do to trigger this guy coming out. I generally speaking, I just kind of run around for a bit and let's see. Are you gonna come out now? Maybe now. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I don't think there's a particular trigger. I think it's just a timed situation. But apparently Zell passed. I mean, I guess that makes sense. He was the one who was arguing with Cypher. He didn't want to go ahead and defy orders, and I guess we're going to. Cypher really did take the brunt of the blame there. That's it. What about Selfie? Or anyone else? No one else passed, just the two of us? Huh. Tough exam. Really tough exam. Or she did pass and she was in a different room? And who's this random guy right here? I don't remember this guy. He's not a main character. Yeah, SeeD's telling us all about the life of a mercenary. Now go make us some money. Yes. Oh? Yes. Go on. See, the garden balcony, they're just ruining everything for us, just when he's about to get to the good stuff. No, I think he has something else he wanted to say. Oh well. Yeah, here's where we get to figure out what our pay grade is going to be. So this is what I've been referring to this whole time about how we're going to get paid based on our SeeD rank, based on different, how we did on the couple exams we had. We'll get some pay or whatever. I find it funny that he tells this guy to do his best even if he doesn't stand out. It's like, this dude literally just got in the SeeD. 4 people passed. I feel like by definition that makes you stand out. But apparently not. Apparently you gotta be the best of the best. And yeah, I don't know if I talked to SeeD earlier or if I mentioned this earlier, but apparently no one's ever made it into SeeD who was the gunplay specialist. Cypher and I were the only ones who had a shot, and yeah, I guess I was the only one who made it, so if you talk to SeeD before you leave, you get a battle meter, which is not really important. It shows you some like information about how much you run from battle or whatnot, but it really doesn't mean anything. But yeah, now we know why we're back down here. Man, that's kind of depressing and creepy, or depressingly creepy, something like that. And Selfie is again acting like Selfie. Why? Yeah, okay. I really want to hear the speech Squall is going to give. I feel like it would be about 2 seconds long, and yeah, I can't see Squall giving a very great speech, but I guess we won't have to worry about that because it's time for a showdown with Cypher. Or not, they could just be clapping for us. That works too. And then you have that, okay, so that girl wasn't Selfie. She just looks a lot like Selfie. Maybe with like slightly lighter hair, I guess. Anyway, with all that done, we can just see what our SeeD report is. Yeah, our SeeD rank isn't that great. I think conduct is how much you run away from battle or something, or maybe that's spirit. I can't remember what it is. Or maybe, I don't know what conduct is. I thought conduct was for whether or not you talk to people. I must have talked to someone without realizing it or something. Or it might be a combination of the two. I ran away a little bit more than I usually would, so that probably affected my score, but yeah, we got SeeD rank 6. I think my first time during my test run, I did this, I got a rank 7. It really doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to maintain a rank higher than 7 or 8 for the majority of the game, so, you know, and then the difference between the two is like $1,000, so not a huge deal. I don't know, it seems like it is a bit ill-fitting, but yeah, I guess we got to get ready for this inauguration ball, but I'm going to actually end this video here. Next time we'll do this inauguration ball and we'll see, I guess, what else there is in store for us now that we are a SeeD. But until then, this has been Marathon Hurdler. I want to thank you guys as always for watching my videos, and hopefully I will see you next time.